I've just started the recording. So thank you so much once again. I hope you guys are safe. If any of you are from Chennai, uh, Dr. Priya ma'am and Sumaya, I believe you are from Chennai and neighboring cities. So I hope you are safe and sound. Thank you so much for joining this call. If you are here today, that means you are one of the top 25 teams, or rather, I would say top 3% of the initial registration and nomination that we received for the competition. You are here at the semi-final stage. We have picked up top five per use case, and this use case, you are one among the top five teams who have been handpicked. And today, what we are going to do is take you through what is expected out of you from stage two, which is prototyping. Uh, Giri sir, along with his team, are there on the call. We have Vikram, we have John, we have Sasireka, along with myself and Shri from the HR team. We'll be taking you through the next steps, what you're expected to do, the timelines, and subsequent what is there in store for you. Just a recap so that you all get excited about it. So, without any further delay, I would like to turn it over to Giriza.
Thanks a lot, Kriti. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, on behalf of Virtusa, I congratulate each one of you for making it to phase two and uh, achieving this milestone. And also, my sincere thanks to all the professors and teachers who have guided them to reach this semi-finals. And believe me, it is not a easy task, as we all see in day to day in our industry as well. Starting from a market research, which is not known to or not, so you are also used to, you have done a fantastic job in terms of doing this market research and the secondary research part of it, and also coming out with a very good solutions. And some of these ideas, when we were evaluating, our team was also pretty much upbeat, and we all got motivated just to see the quality of submission. And thanks for that wonderful work you have put in. And I'm sure as we move forward, there will be a lot more excitement, as Kriti was mentioning about that. With that note, I'm first of all, I'm very much excited on the possibilities that intelligent edge can bring today as we move forward in the digital transformation era. As you all see in current industry, the trends that are moving towards
Uh,
is,
yes,
John, you
Giri.
had something, Varun?
Yes, yes. Firstly, congratulations, team, and welcome. This is going. This Giri. This is going
AI
with
content
AI.
moderation. Right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. It's coming
So,
out over there, John. Thanks a lot for that. Yeah. So what I was trying to allude to, John, is, while we are talking about the edge part of it, the content moderation side, yeah, I wanted to come in a bit, but what I was trying to tell them is more and more these intelligence today is prevailing not just in the cloud computing side of it, but also they reside very much in our devices, and they are very much coming closer to the edge part of the thing. So they're kind of been interlinked today, even though they use a slightly different one from the content moderation perspective. But where does this moderation lies? That's pretty much what I was trying to tell. Uh, so that is the context I was coming in. Sorry, it may sound as if I was talking about a different use case altogether, right? So thanks a lot for stepping in, John. But from the content moderation side of it, some of your ideas really worked pretty well in terms of how we can moderate this content. More importantly, as part of the use case, what is that we are expecting from you all? That's the clarity that we wanted to give it to you in this call. And while we are doing that part, certainly, the panel of judges here and the mentors, they will also guide you in terms of what is that we will be expecting from each one of you. Now, if you want to, put that topic straight across, we are expecting an MVP. when I say MVP, it is minimum viable product, or in for a lack of better expression, I would even call it as MVVP, which is minimum viable validated product. That means some of these, small prototypes or a POC that you are going to build in should also be having a feasibility and a validation in the market as well. That means, say, it should not be too far from the reality when we move into the industrialization phase of it. So I will take an example and come in a bit that we can later deep dive and discuss more about it. Each one of us, have picked up a very complicated use cases and showcasing that in a 6 weeks window will be slightly challenging. When I say start today, to produce will be slightly challenging. So we should tone down the version and then let's build a roadmap how we are going to do it.
Hi, Giri, you're breaking up. We can't hear you.
Yeah, now am I audible? Sorry about that. There was a slight network
Sure.
disruption at my end. So where I was coming from is in terms of the demonstration, how do we keep the features or the functionalities to a very minimum extent, but at the same time, it should provide a depth of the solution as well. That's the balance that we need to bring out in this MVP. And at the same time, it should also have a roadmap so that we can mature it over a period of time. That's the part that we would like to see as we move forward. So that means your framework or the way you have chosen the architecture should be good enough for you to scale it up as we move forward. And also we can add more functionalities without compromising on the any or the any existing capabilities that you already have provided in the MVP. That's the stated goal. And having said that, it is also nice to take an example and then see how an MVP should look like in its final avatar. That's the next step that we will dwell into. Now, when we say an MVP, here let's take one example, saying that we want to bring in a content moderation for any of these text-based or an image-based kind of a thing, right? So one of the biggest challenge that exists today is many of these devices, many of these end-user computing is pretty much connected towards the social network or the social media. And when you are interacting with human network through these digital endpoints, it is very obvious that it has to be moderated because a lot of there is a lot of scare and concern in terms of the security privacy part of it. What if someone starts bullying, and then if there is any inappropriate usage of language, how do we even detect that in real time will be a challenge most of these big players are having today on these platforms. Even more complicated things is, today we have a conversational platforms. So if you look at any of your Alexa or your Google Home, any of these things, which are your virtual assistants or bots, they are pretty much, dealing with human beings directly, and they have a good amount of computing power where you can run certain algorithms at the edge of these devices to listen to the the conversation, and if there are any inappropriate language used, or if if there is any expressions that can come out, right? Sometimes what happens is, at least in while you are texting in or when you are typing in, it's only limited to the sequence of letters or the words. But when you speak, even the voice modulation also can tell many things without you have to be explicit on the words, right? So, for example, if I want to detect if someone is raising his voice or shouting, these are some of the inappropriate things that we can even detect under word that while doing, while dealing with conversational platforms as well. So some of these moderations, if we want to do it and then bring it into its current existing platforms, how do we do that? And so that would be the demonstration piece or the demo that we will be providing as part of this MVP. So what you can do is, you can create various scenarios where the system, first of all, it will detect, if there is any violation or if there is any breach of safety and security. So for that, you can take certain input, process it, and then detect if we can throw some messages around it. So that is the demo part that you can demonstrate it. And also you can extend that for various other non-textual things, right? If there is any inappropriate image where your system has to understand the cultural context also. Many a times what happens is what is accepted elsewhere may not be accepted in that local region. So how do I understand a cultural context to it? So for example, while doing a ad rating as part of our KPO business, we do rating on these ads. There is a service that we offer to our customers. In this case, it was Google, right? So where even before they publish the ad, we rate those ads whether it is appropriate to get published in our country. So taking the cultural context and the what is acceptable in the society, certain ads that we will flag it as inappropriate so that it won't come into the public domain. Such things, rather than humans working on it, if we can train the machines to do it, that is also another way of doing a content moderation. So that also you can demonstrate, which are pretty much image based, and then understanding the context behind that image, and then providing the appropriate guidance and rating. So when you feed in an image to this engine, the content moderation engine, it should spit out certain observations, and then it should give the complete report with a rating. So that could be a demo that you can showcase it to us, saying that this is what we mean by content moderation and what actions it takes on top of it. That can also be an extended part of it. So most of these things, the intelligence that you are going to build can leverage the existing open source platforms. We have no problem with that, but ensure that there is some small component that gets evolved out of it, which can be plugged into an already working system. So if there is any chatbot that is already out there, your component should be able to plug into that chatbot, so that we can offer this capability as an extension towards the existing frameworks and the solutions out in the market. Most of our customers already have many of these things in place, but these components should help them to fine tune the rule set, and then the outcome thereof. Those are some of the configurations element that you need to build into your solution and in your demo. So there will be a lot of weightages that will be associated in terms of how you have thought through, in terms of customization, how you can build your own rule engine, how it can be modified in real time, and then how the report comes in, how the detection happens, what is the time it takes to do that, Are you leveraging the edge computing for that? These are some of the things definitely carry a significant scoring over there. Um, uh, Keeping all this in mind, you can start planning out what should be your MVP should look like. That's the essence I wanted to cover as part of this session, just to give you a very high level view in terms of what is our expectation on that. So to that extent, John, Vikram, Sasi, want to add anything more?
Thanks, Giri. Thanks for all those broad guidelines and further insight you've given into the whole use case. I'm sure if you'll be able to come out with even better solution than what you proposed in the slide. But I should commend you and congratulate you for coming this far and going on to the next step. Your slides are really I should say breathtaking, to say the least. And the thought process that you put in is excellent, and for you guys who are just not even into the industry, the way you've thought of the for the use case current scenario of the market, and the need of the hour for people like I don't want to mention any particular slide, but you have thought of the current pain points of people, of customers, and you've addressed it in your slide. That's really good, and the way you stitched it from beginning to the end. So the point that I just like to add, I don't think I can add anything to what Giri had said, but please do note everything that he has said. Go through this recording again; it will be available. Kirti will share it with you. Every point that he mentioned is real gold, and if you stick to that, it'll be great. But I would just like to add this one point, that you ensure that it's not the technology that you're trying to showcase here or your knowledge, but you're trying to resolve a bigger, wider, social or business problem with the technology that you have. So that is the key, not just for this, but for your entire career. If you're going into you coming into technology space, which I think you will be. So congratulations once again, and back to Giri and Kriti, or anyone else who wants to add.
Yeah, thanks a lot, John. So Vikram, Sasi, from your side, any guidance to students on the call?
Hi, hello team. Congratulations and all the best for the next phase of this journey. And this AI content moderation is need of the hour. It is good that you are going to address the current problem. I mean, it is almost like burning issue in social media. So congratulations and all the best. Most of the things are already covered by Giri and John. I don't have any further points to cover. Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations all the teams. I think the kind of content you've come with, the ideas and all are really great, considering you're not working in the industry, but you still have that practical approach of looking at the technology and where all it can fit in to solve real world problems. So that's really commendable. I don't have much to add, in addition to what John Asgiri has already covered. So it's already covered, and I think if you follow those advice, that is given by Giri and John, I think you can come up with a really, very much practical world solutions, and I'm looking forward to seeing that. Thanks a lot. Yeah, that's it from my side.
Thanks a lot, Vikram. So, Krithi, I think from our side, we overlaid the entire thing. I'm sure don't want to make this a monologue. It would be nice to hear from the students. We can go in a round robin fashion, then see if if team has something to add on top of what we have elaborated here. It is nice to hear from some of the students out there, and also it would be nice to get some view from professors as well. So let's listen to them, and if there are any question and answers, we'll be more than happy to answer that as well.
Absolutely, sir. So we'll start with VIT University since there are two teams. Dr. Sumaya, Dr. Priya, would like to.
So I would like to know what are the next set of deadlines we are supposed to follow so that we'll be discussing with our students and we'll be making them ready.
Sure, Dr. Sumaya, as I earlier mentioned, it's going to be a 6 weeks time window that we are looking at it, starting from today. So yesterday we had one session. For them, the clock started yesterday. For this team, and there is one more use case that we are going to discuss today evening. For them, the 6 week window starts from today. So there is a actually 1 day gap for each of these use cases that we are talking about, right? So that we don't take away that one a day from you. So it will be staggered in that way when we are announcing the winners and then starting the second phase. So a staggering of 1 day we have added to each of your team members so that they will not be in a disadvantaged position when we have launched the second phase. So having said that, from today it is a 6 week window, Dr. Sonia.
Okay. So, Giri, to add on that, could you also please elaborate on what parameters will you be judging for the prototyping also? Like we had some parameters for the first level. So, based on the parameters, we had informed our students to work on those parameters. So, similarly for the second prototyping round, on what parameters are you expecting so that the based on what type of parameters are we need to focus on?
Sure. So if you look at, not only on the judging parameters, we'll also be introducing a gamification for phase two, wherein each team will be given a virtual funding. It has no commercial aspect baked into it, but it's more of a this virtual funding. They can use it to take the consulting services from Wipro, say, Virtusa, in terms of how they can go about taking say, a mentorship program. They can buy certain mentorship program from Virtusa. They can also buy some assets from us. More importantly, they can also sell those assets back to the platform. So some of these things we wanted to keep it keep it live and interactive. So those leader dashboard will also be published. So along with this set of parameters, we will also be announcing that. So give us a day time. We are almost finalizing on that, taking a lot of feedback from many of the internal stakeholders as well. So we will fine tune that and publish it latest by tomorrow or early next week. So with that, you will have the clarity in terms of what is this MVP should be demonstrating as part of the demo, as part of the architecture, everything we are going to put it across.
Thank you, Giri.
Sure, ma'am. And Dr. Sumaya, I just wanted to know from the overall use case perspective, is the team clear about in terms of the demo, how they are going to demonstrate the use case and what are the technology stack that they will be using it for it, and the components that they will be consuming it. Are they clear on that, or um,
Yes, I
you?
think we have both the teams here, Utkarsh, and they already have done a very good presentation, and they're very clear on that. And I think if they have any doubts, they will ask you. Aryaman and Utkarsh, you are clear, right? Whatever Giri is talking to you now?
Yes,
Aryaman?
ma'am.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
Utkarsha. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, we
yeah.
are very much clear on whatever sir has said and
Okay,
instructed us to do.
okay, good.
Excellent.
Yes, we are also clear with the like what technology stack we're using. I had one question.
Mhm.
The demo that we have to use, the prototype that we have to prepare, does it have to be a web application or a mobile application, or can we just show you the software?
Can be anything. So it's your choice. And then what I will also request you is make this as like a component so that it can run on any CRAS platform.
Yes,
So
on any platform.
uh, you your your demo could be on any devices, or it can be web based also. No problem with that. But when you build this component, it should be like a plug and play. There you should not have any dependency on the underneath thing. So you can abstract the component in such a way that there is an API integration that you can provide, and be it mobile app or a web application, it will be able to consume it and then start using the capability that you are bringing in.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Excellent. So are you planning to host this in a cloud as a microservices or anything like that? I'm just curious, and just the backend portion of it.
We haven't thought that far yet. Right now, we have started preparing the software, and
Mhm.
since we want to integrate it on many platforms as well, we are just thinking about how we will do that and what would be the most viable solution for that. We haven't thought.
So think of hosting this as a microservices. The reason why I'm saying is it will be a lot more easy for you to scale up if you want to go in a larger way tomorrow, and also it will be like almost like a containerized view. You will have it right, like a
Yeah.
component, almost easy to deploy and then integrate with any of the technologies. So that way you are almost bulletproofing yourself or future proofing yourself with any technology or platform.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you.
Great, great. So I think with that, Kriti, I think team is very clear about it. We can move to the next team. Who would be that?
Do we have anybody from Chitkara University? Dr. Ashutosh? Okay, so um,
Or even if there are any participants from Chitkara
Garima,
University, we can also.
Chitkara University, Garima and team.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I'm here.
Yeah,
Yes.
Garima, you are clear about the use case, and I'm sure I'm the presentation. But do you have anything to add in terms of how you are going to demo this? Do you have that kind of clarity, Garima?
Sir, right now we don't have clarity about like how will we like actually give up you the like how what will be the parameters and what will be the technicalities of that will submit to you. So that is the thing we need to still clear about.
Okay, so yeah, can you elaborate on your idea, what you are planning to do? Criteria, let's park it aside. I can help you out what would be that MVP like? If you can quickly tell your idea.
Here we are planning to make a tool that will moderate the text, images, and different which content is not appropriate on different platforms, and we want to sell it to different companies and brands online working, so that we can reduce this which is happening nowadays, and especially the brand degradation and everything. So we want to scale it up at a level that we can sell it in the market as well.
Okay, so are you looking at image-based content moderation or text-based? What is that you want to lock in?
Right now we are trying to work on both, but we'll figure out if we can work on both in same tool. But if we are not able to, then we'll work on one particular thing.
I think it will be better for you to fix which one you are going to pick up, because in 6 weeks to work on it, Garima, it will be a challenge for you to cover both the aspects, in my opinion. But I'll leave it to your comfort as well. What I feel is, if you want to go with image-based moderation, just see how you can categorize the images, then build some intelligence into context, as well as how you can derive where some from this.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, what I was trying to tell you is, if there is a way that you can start interpreting an image based on the cultural context, based on certain rules that you can put forth, it could be a very simple one. Starting from recognizing a pattern, what is there in that picture, so identifying a content in that picture, and then applying various rules on top of it, that itself would be a very simple one to demonstrate, to start with how you rate different images and things like that. And you can pick up ad rating as an example in that, and then see how you can provide certain ratings to these ads through images. I think you can start with that. Then you can get into a OCR based text analysis, and then see if those things make sense or not. Because many a times what happens is context is pretty tricky, right? You will have an ad which will say which will have contain a drug, but if you don't know the context in which that drug is being used, you cannot simply rate that ad saying that it is inappropriate and then remove it, right? The drug could be actually from an healthcare perspective, or an from that context they might be putting that ad. So it is very tricky that how they can um, subvert the system underneath and overcome your rule engine and still pass through the gating criteria. So you have to be extremely careful when you are building an context engine. So that is where you can showcase your innovation and your expertise over there. I think just take one area and then focus very deep into that. So we are going to see how unique your solution on top of the existing one which is out in the market. So you have to do some comparisons, see if you can leverage some of the open source which is already out there. Can you decipher something out of it? All these things you can see if that can be baked into your solution or in your MVP. That can be demonstrated in an easy way.
Okay, so thank you. We'll surely try work upon a particular topic.
Yeah, excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you. Kriti, we'll have next team coming in.
Geetam, Hyderabad. Either the professor or the students, the team members of Geetam, Hyderabad.
Hello, sir. Good morning. I think our professor is not available right now. I think he's gone somewhere. Hello.
That's okay. You can continue.
Sir, regarding the software stack help, like, could you please elaborate that point? Like, how
What's your
could we access them and all from
sure?
Virtusa?
Oh, in that way you are saying that. Okay, a good point. So Harita, if you look at in the phase one also, we were telling you that once you enter the phase two, one of the team lead will be onboarded as part of the Virtusa. So here what happens is uh, out of 25 team members, out of 25 teams, each team member or a team lead will be onboarded here and they'll have access to our internal asset repositories, which we call it as VHub internally. And you can download or upload contents to this that we are still working out how you can provide and do that. So once you become part of this network, it will be easy for us to provide you that asset, and as well as you will be accessing and having access to our teams so that you can easily communicate with our mentors. So these are some of the things that you can do it very easily when you come on board. So what Kriti will be doing is, he will start onboarding one of you onto this platform so that you can start accessing the assets as well as have an access to mentorship. Did I answer your question, Harita, on that?
Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you.
And Harita, on the idea that you are working on, are you clear in terms of how you will be going ahead with an MVP?
Yes, sir, we are clear with the idea, but we have yet to start with the development for the software.
Okay. So my suggestion would be, Dinesh, don't start anything from the scratch. That will take a longer time. See if you can develop a glue code and use open source as much as possible, because these are all deep research areas that they would have taken many years to develop this, and it's not easy, or it is not correct on our part also to expect you to develop something in 6 weeks. So use these frameworks and components which are already out there in the market and intelligently customize it, and then provide a small glue layer in terms of how you deploy it, how do you integrate it, how do you harness the power of these existing components to demonstrate your use case. I think that's where you have to spend and focus your efforts rather than building anything from scratch.
Yes, sir, but what you are trying to do is we are making an overall platform, like a plugin to at the most, so that we can access it anywhere and from anywhere.
Excellent. Excellent, Dinesh. That's a good idea. But overall, you are clear in terms of how you are going to demonstrate and how you showcase the value that it brings in as part of the use case, right?
Yes, sir, but I have a small query regarding if you want to build a plugin for this, like for Android and for the web, it is completely different. So what you're thinking to stick into one platform and we can develop and we can later on build a roadmap to it. Like, will it be good for this?
Yeah, absolutely. You are saying from the demo perspective, the app alone, you are saying you will do it only on one platform,
Yes, sir.
and then that demo app could be anything else tomorrow. But
Yes, sir.
keep your backend engine or your backend component through an API, so that there is no hardwired into the demo. Anytime you can plug it out, and then you can just consume these REST APIs, so that tomorrow you can easily migrate your code to a different platform altogether. So that would be the advantage of you going for a API level integration rather than going at complete hardwired code base.
Oh, yes, okay, sir. Sir, do you have any idea regarding the last rough idea for the submission? I mean, the last.
Starting from today, 6 weeks, you can look at the calendar. It's exactly 6 weeks we will land in.
Okay. Thank you.
And that presentation is going to be one-to-one, where you can do a video-based presentation. You can all come live on a video call like this. And if there is a, where you can, if it is entirely software, then you can demonstrate it by doing a screen sharing. If there is any touch and feel demo that you have built, which has to be video streamed, you can also use a webcam. So all these things are possible on a virtual platform like this. So that's pretty much how we are thinking through it, where you will be demoing this to a group of judges, a panel of judges, and then they will be scoring you on that. So we are going to take each day one use case, and 5 different teams will get a time slot to come and present it. So that those final details we will be sharing it very soon in terms of how this is going to be played out.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Leandro. So, Kriti, next team we can move on to next team. Who will be that?
CMR College.
CMR College. Okay. Anyone from CMR College?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, hi.
Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead. We can hear you.
Sir, so actually, 4 problems, we have 4 different ideas. So it would be good to have a solution for different for 4 different problems, or we should concentrate on a single one. Like we have chatbot, video moderation, and fake, right?
Yeah, I think Harshit, it will be too ambitious to go with 4 or 5 ideas. So stick to one where you can show maximum impact. So if you think that there are not many solutions available out in the market, or there are very few solutions that are available today as an option towards that, I think that would be a good way of starting it. And also from the feasibility standpoint, you will have only 6 weeks, right? So pick the one which has got less complexity in terms of demonstrating, but at the same time, it brings in more impact, and you can easily convey the value through that demonstration. So if you can plan it something like that, I think that would be more appropriate rather than going with 4 different tracks, in my opinion. So I think that strategy will help you to quickly put these things and make this working demo available in a shorter time. So definitely pick up one area and then go deep into that aspect. So that will fit you more. I think you'll be able to score better rather than spreading thin on many aspects or many use cases.
Okay, sir.
So think through that. If you still have any doubt, you can reach out to your respective college coordinates and then touch base with us through them. We will be able to help you out. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other doubts you have, Harshit, on, or you are pretty clear in terms of?
Yeah, sir. I'm clear. No.
Oh, great. So, Kriti, next team we have from this college. Yeah.
That's it, sir. There were 5 teams, but 4 colleges. VIT University, there were 2 teams. So I believe it's covered.
Okay.
One last round. Anybody, any questions that you have?
Great. I think they're pretty clear on the MVP front, and yeah, we will soon publish the the various assessment how it will be done. On those points, we will convey the structure and the format of the assessment, as well as from the gamification front, we will also publish those rules so that you are all aware, and it's pretty much transparent to all of you. And also from the expectation, we are going to put up a very high level guidelines. Use your creativity within that, and feel free to go and beyond those as well. So you will set a minimum bar, but if you exceed that, that would be great to see from your end as well. So with that, we are hoping that after 6 weeks, we are going to see a lot more magic, and we are so excited to see the demos from all of you, and eagerly waiting to see the outcome through this. So wish you all the best, and I'm sure you will all do exceptionally well in that program. So once again, my heartiest congratulations to each one of you team.
Thank
I
you
think
so much.
Kriti,
Thank you so much, sir.
It was wonderful. Team, remember, you are among the top 3% who have been identified. In fact, to be specific, we got 125 decks, and from there we have picked up 25 from 749 to 125 to 25. You guys have sailed through all these things and you have come to the top 25. And to be precise, top 5 for each use case. So for this particular A content moderation, you're one of the top 5. It is just one more level that you're closer to the winning victory. Make use of this opportunity. Please don't come back with excuses. Remember, this is a competition and this is not a project that you're doing for your academic purpose. And this is going to fetch you not just results in terms of winning cash prize or anything, but beyond that, something called a rich experience and an exposure working closely with industry architects and on cutting edge technology, something that probably you might get an opportunity in your last year, in your final year of your education, but you have got it right at the third year itself, and much more that you will be entitled to if you take it at the right spirit and at the right time. So with this, I once again congratulate each and every team on behalf of Team Virtusa. I'm looking forward to see some real solid work coming out of you guys. Uh, one one instruction that I would like to tell you: each team, the Spock will be onboarded to Virtusa, so that you Teams and Outlook. You can converse with the mentors, and if there are any doubts, you can easily get it clarified. And if there is a need that you might want to schedule a discussion with the mentor and along with your team members, you can do it at your ease without having to reach multiple people or stuff. So soon you will be getting instruction on that. Please provide your data and we will be onboarding you. Remember, it's a competition, so please take it up seriously and the rest is assured for you. Giri sir, any closing comments?
we covered everything, Kriti. Thanks a lot. I wish them all the best, and hope to see a lot more traction on the ground. And I'm very confident that this team will do exceptionally well. And happy to be part of this. So thanks a lot, Kriti. Thanks everyone.
Thanks everyone and all the best, students.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, team. All the best.
Thanks, everyone. All the best, teams.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Kriti. Thanks, team.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kriti.
Thanks, everyone. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you, team. Bye.